Okay, I'm losing my mind that you guys haven't seen Project Hail Mary just because, I don't think you understand. You've seen Dune, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite movies.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, so the same director of photography is doing the same thing, and the director himself made Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, and the Lego Movie.
Okay.
So, like, if that doesn't float your boat, I don't know.
It's not that I don't want to see it. I just haven't had time yet.
I was gonna say I didn't know when it came out. I'd be happy to see it though.
I mean, their advertising was kind of buns. I guess they spent all the money on Greg Fraser.
Also, everyone says I need to see it in IMAX, and as good as IMAX is, I'd rather just see it in a normal theater where I can recline.
that is probably the worst take of all time.
I don't
that's
want to
real,
just
dude.
sit there.
No, dude, literally, I've had friends that'll tell me like they'll only go to a certain theater for
the
watching a movie.
recliners.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Like, there's a IMAX theater over here that it doesn't have the recliner seats, but I went downtown to see it in 70 millimeter, and the screen was so big that I went to take a 0.5 picture on my phone, and it wouldn't fit the whole
Couldn't get the whole
screen.
thing.
And then when I walked in, like, we walked in on the house left side, so when I looked to my left, I couldn't see anything. It's just a void because the screen is that big.
Wow.
So, all right, enough gibbering jabbering. Let's why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, tell the people why on earth we would bring you on this podcast.
Yeah, so I guess my name is Coleman North. I been seeing a lot of the pod clips recently, and me and him just met not too long ago. Got some lunch and talked about some creative stuff. Backstory on me: I graduated Texas A&M 24 and been working in video production ever since. I do it full time, so I don't have like a side job.
Yeah,
or
he's
anything
not a
like
loser
that.
like us.
Well,
He's on full time.
But yeah, it was big risk out of college. I was a bit nervous doing it. Because I started my halfway through my junior year. So senior year, I just went full tilt, like all the way in on it. Started skipping classes for shoots and stuff, and
there you go.
One thing led to another. Now I'm here doing it, so it's kind of a.
I will say that is a really good indicator of if you should go full time or not. But if you're having to skip stuff to go to shoots, then it's like, okay, you can quit.
Yeah.
But if you're not, please don't quit because you clearly will not get enough gigs. I know me and Luke always struggle with, oh, well, if I was full-time, I'd have so much time to, do more shoots. And it's like, that is quite literally not the case. Yeah. Like, you just are not getting clients now. You probably won't get clients later.
It's like, if you were dead bored on a Saturday and you're not just, like, crammed with client stuff, like, trying to fit everything into your, 5 to 9, then
you should not.
Bro, if you quit your job, you're just going to be sitting at home all day.
You're going to be having to move back in with your mom. Yeah, I remember in high school, getting called out of class all the time to go shoot for stuff. And that was such a good feeling. And I miss that feeling, and I want that to just tick back up to where it's like, oh, man, I'm having to take vacation days to fill client needs.
Yeah.
And, every Saturday, I'm just going out shooting, which is a grind. But then it's like you get the freedom of going full-time once you do that.
But I will say there's nothing better than taking a vacation day for client work because you're just getting paid double time the entire time.
Yeah, that. Oh, I didn't even think about that because if you have PTO, then it's kind of elite, but then you sacrifice your vacation day. So it really is. Yeah. It's like, how much is it worth to you? So you didn't ever have a job, a normal job?
No. So when I was at A&M, I worked for 12th Man Productions, which is the production team that follows the sports teams like volleyball, football, everything you see on social media. It's all 12MP. And so that was kind of my job in the creative industry.
Yeah.
And I learned you learn all the stuff that you are in beginner, what's log and white balance and then from there, took all that experience, considered getting an in-house job somewhere up here in Dallas because I knew I wanted to be up here.
Right.
But the freelance stuff, I'd always done that on the side the whole time when I was there, and just ended up going full time with it because I did the math and quickly realized how much I need to make to be on my own. And
you're like, easy pie.
Well, I was like, I just got to hit this number, and then I ended up hitting that number, and then
so you hit that your first year. You hit your number you needed your first year.
Yeah, I won't go into specifics, but it was pretty clear that when I was walking the stage and I ended up making more than my mom that year, I was like, okay, yeah, I could probably do this full time.
That's kind of too good. Man, the grind is unreal. And I think a lot of people think they're better than they are when it comes to actually bagging clients. And you're a good example. Well, I don't want to air you up too much, but you're a good example of actually having clients, and so that's the reason you can be full-time and not just oh, I'm doing this on a whim. You're not just a guy who picked up a camera. You are, in my opinion, you're much more of a businessman than you are a photographer. So I think alongside some juicy hot takes that we're going to get
Yeah.
into. I think you do have a lot of value to add.
Heck yeah.
So,
And I'm always like, even when we got lunch, like my go-to was always like, I'm trying to surround myself with like creative people.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily because I think like we go grab lunch or whatever, I'm going to help you do, like I'm going to gain something from going to lunch with you. It's like literally you can just bounce ideas off each other creatively. Like if you're a creative and you do something that you do, and I don't necessarily do that, like photography, I don't really do a lot of photography, right?
Right.
But your creative thought processes and how you solve problems, I can bounce an idea off you. You can run through that creative process, and then you can come back with me a solution. I'll be like, oh, I hadn't considered that because I don't work in the photography world as much, right?
Yeah.
I have like video solutions, right?
That's good.
So it's like those kind of process. I'm constantly trying to go to lunch with people. Networking is the name of the game. So.
Yeah. It's also pretty life-giving, like as a creative, to just sit down with someone who kind of gets it, and then you can just, because our meeting wasn't even a meeting. It was just like, I wore shorts.
Yeah, we're literally just like
pulled
catching
up
up
in my Birkenstocks, and like we went to freaking Panda Express. Like it was not like a high stakes environment.
Don't sleep on Panda.
It was pretty gas.
No,
we saw Mr. Rutherford there.
No,
He's known Mr. Rutherford his
I've
whole
known
life.
him for ages.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's
he pulled up and sat down with us for a sec. His daughter works in photography, and he was asking us creative questions on stuff.
Wait, she graduated yet?
No,
I'm not.
this year.
Mm.
Yeah, in May. But it'll be good. Okay, let's get into your hot takes.
Yeah. So they told me,
bro,
prep.
did you bring your Osmo?
I got some. I did.
Should we get into this real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Is
Run a
this
little
like
clip.
an underrated goat or no? Overpriced hype.
Oh, you want to talk? Okay, we'll go into the first hot take. It actually has something to do with this.
Okay.
So I got a list of stuff.
I'm about to say DJI is better than Insta360.
Oh no,
That
it's better than that, bro.
nah.
Did you see the first one?
I love the
The
Insta360
X5s are
stuff.
so nice.
Also,
Okay,
just like
bro. Okay, it depends on what though.
this is
It's
true.
like for editing suite wise.
I will say the Insta360
Mhm.
action cams are just insane to me. Like they look so good.
I don't know, man. Okay, well, which one do you have?
I don't have any of them. I've just
Oh.
seen footage online for
Oh,
so
the action
long.
cam. Okay.
Yeah,
I
not
thought you were talking about the 360 cam.
the 360 is cool, but it's not like what I need.
Okay, yeah.
I will say with like Gaussian splats and stuff, that is like the future.
Okay.
Which is like I don't know how much y'all know about like VFX stuff, but I watched this video last night. I would highly recommend it to all you nerds who need something to listen to. But it's like the future of VFX by Cort Crew, and they basically break down like how to capture like 4D imaging with like an Insta360 drone. And
Dude,
it was pretty sick.
Bro, I've been a fan of Cort Crew for
I love them.
Dude, 10 years I've been watching their content.
They're probably the ones who got me into video the most. Because
Really?
like Linus Tech Tips got me into like the computing side of things. But then like Cort Crew, I was like, okay, apparently you can just pick up a camera and like start dealing around. Because their production quality for their vlogs is so low that it's kind of inspiring.
Yeah.
There's something so good about something that is just, it's not technical. It's just really good.
It feels like a low barrier to entry.
Yeah.
It feels like I can do this.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
okay. Well, what do you have?
I don't know
for
if you read the first one, but the
I
first
didn't.
one.
I tried not to read as
on
many as I could.
Okay. So my first hot take is like and there's a bunch of caveats to this, so you gotta hear me out.
Okay,
right?
we'll hear you out.
I'm taking the Osmo Pocket 3 over an FX3 and a Ronin RS2. Which you think that's a crazy take, but for like general stuff, I'm taking
that might be the
it.
worst take of all time.
Okay, for a gimbal shot, for just a gimbal shot. Like obviously you have your A cam, whatever. You need a gimbal camera also.
What
right?
are you delivering the media on?
Exactly. So, but the caveats to it is if it's high dynamic range situation where it's like outdoor, indoor, obviously taking the FX3.
Right.
Now, if you need it for anything else, like it's just a B cam. I'm talking about like gimbal cam, B cam.
Wait, I'm sorry. So outdoor, indoor, you just covered everything that I do.
Well, no, like if you're going from outdoor, indoor.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if you have crazy.
Well, even
bright
the
outside, dark
FX3,
inside.
even the FX3 can't handle that.
Well, it's true, but you put on auto for some things and it'll switch it for you.
Yeah,
The
or
lens,
like that's why we shoot cinema lenses, because it's like you can throw the aperture. Which is
exactly
so nice.
But I'm just it's not really like a hit on FX3 as much as it is like the Osmo Pocket 3 is amazing. Like the gimbal, it's so good.
I feel like I can't hate on it without having used one.
It's so good. Have you used it?
Yeah, I've used one for several things, and I will say
these guys
like
are great.
What do you shoot on yours?
I mean I don't use it for much client stuff necessarily. I use
more
it for
just
like
vlogs
and stuff, but like when I used to use my iPhone.
Do you even have a mic with it?
Yeah, I have like the creator thing and.
Okay, I was gonna say because if you don't have a mic, you're kind of cooked with that.
Yeah, I mean the audio is great by itself, but if you like put it across the room, like you need the mic.
I mean, the quality arguably probably is better than Insta360, but like for sake of vlogging, I feel like Insta360 just gives you more to do with in post.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
like,
but
you get every single angle
with Insta360, you get so much failure in camera Whereas the Osmo, you're so aware of what you're capturing. Because the Insta360, like a lot of people will hold it too close to them, and then you're cooked no matter what. Versus like the Osmo, you know exactly what you're shooting at all times.
I think for Insta360, it like depends on what you're shooting on. Like if you're shooting on like an action camera, like a GoPro style camera,
GoPros stink.
Well, they're bad now. They used to be great.
They used to be amazing. I remember when Casey Neistat was dropping like a vlog like every single year being like, this is why the GoPro's so good. And then the DJI action cams, I would say the Insta360 action cams are objectively better.
I can't prove it, but in The Hobbit, the second movie, when they're escaping from the elves, like when they're in the barrels, I swear they shot some of that on a GoPro. It goes from like cinematic footage to just the worst like in water I've ever seen.
Like chopped footage.
Let's go back and watch it sometime.
Okay. Which one? The first
second one.
Second one?
Okay.
Okay, we'll have to watch that.
But dude, it's so sharp.
So if you for client footage.
Oh yeah, client footage. I'm taking the FX3 every time.
Okay.
Well,
I just want to.
If you're like really like, if you're like lower end client stuff, like if you're doing a wedding, oh bro, I don't have time to build out a gimbal and. On a wedding day, like if I have my A cam, I'm going handheld. Like if I'm shooting it solo, again, this is like low end client stuff. Like I don't even do any of this stuff. But
weddings, weddings are not low end clients.
Well,
that's like the most important day of somebody's life, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm saying like low budget client stuff. Like we're not getting like crazy.
I mean, if he's shooting it by himself, it's
if you're shooting it by yourself, like unless you're doing this like every weekend, like you're probably not making that much as a wedding videographer to be so real.
That's fair.
So my point is just saying like
if you're making money as a wedding videographer, you probably have one or two people coming with you.
My opinion around weddings is
like if I'm shooting it solo and I have to have it by myself.
I get that.
My opinion would be just don't take the client. Like find someone who will put that effort in.
People are working their day jobs like we were talking about, and they're trying to take clients on the side so they can get out of their day job. So it's like it's the avenue that a lot of people take to get out of the.
I mean,
if someone showed up to shoot my wedding on a DJI Osmo, I'd probably strangle him.
Well, I mean, they're hiring social content people to shoot weddings
true.
now. So,
but that's different. That's for Instagram story recap, not a wedding.
It does bring up an interesting point though. With like you said, you would just not say yes to the client. Yeah. Which like. I did that recently with someone you sent me. Yeah. Because I won't work with them. And then I saw who you gave them to. And I was going to like send them a warning. And then I was like, nah, we'll let them figure it out.
Because they're asking for it.
Yeah.
And I sent them the budget. And I was like, my finder's fee is a Blu-ray copy of Project Hail Mary. I was like, a 4K Blu-ray. That's my finder's fee, which is like $40.
But I feel like I don't really say no to like a first time client. But if I've worked with you in the past, you have a higher chance of getting. And I won't work with you.
It just depends where you're at. Like your positioning is everything.
That is true. Because I was thinking about taking him, but just the time requirement is like.
And he sucks as a person. Sorry about it.
Well, I'm taking him on for photo and video, just not his SEO stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the photo and video stuff is like constant income. That's just like.
But I also feel like he's like never happy. Like. You could deliver like the most professional thing, and he'd be like.
There are some people who are never happy, and in that I just stand my ground with him, and I've won a couple times on standing my ground. So that's the reason that I'm like willing to work.
Is this like a wedding client?
No.
Like
it's
business.
We can't even talk about it.
Okay. Well, NDA.
They would find out.
But to clarify again, hear me out. It's only for a B cam. I'm not pulling up to a shoot with the Osmo Pocket 3. It's only for a B cam. Like I have my A cam that's like nice lenses, everything. But just the quality and the sharpness that the Osmo Pocket 3 has is just insane.
I just 100% disagree.
It's shocking.
Does it shoots log barely?
I mean, it shoots D-Log, but again, that's why I said, if you're not worried about like dynamic range and like really fixing color or like
I don't think I've ever been in a scenario where I'm not worried about that. Like even on my lowest day, like even shooting like preschool, like stuff.
You don't ever like deliver a client thing in Rec 709.
You've never shot in portrait mode just because,
bro.
No, I always shoot C-Log 3, or I don't I don't have C-Log 2, but I always shoot C-Log 3 and then just throw a lot over it and tweak it.
It's kind of easy, but you don't have like. Well, I guess it depends on the client, right? Like for wedding stuff, like you're gonna go back and you're gonna have a really big editing haul because you gotta edit the whole day's footage. Some clients, they literally just need the footage. Like you're gonna drop them the footage. They have a marketing team. They have an in-house guy.
That's different.
So I'm like,
like
in situations where, I'm saying like in situations where you don't need like super picky on color or dynamic range, then the Osmo Pocket 3 you can get like buy on it. You see, I mean, everybody sees those videos. It's like FX3 versus Osmo, and it's like
I can tell the difference.
Well, I mean, there's a minor like for social media stuff. Again, it depends on the client.
Yeah, for social media. I mean, you're gonna blow it up on an IMAX screen, maybe.
Yeah. If you're pulling it up on the same screen as Hail Mary.
I'm just such like a quality stickler that like there's a reason we shoot on like this setup. It's because it's like so good.
Yeah.
Like
of course.
We could get
podcast.
dare I say we could get the exact same effect with the Osmo.
What do you mean effect?
On the podcast. Like I think that no one would notice.
Reels, I don't think.
Oh, maybe for reels, you're right. Yeah. But I think like a side-by-side comparison on YouTube, people wouldn't notice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's such nice quality. Like you literally would not be able to tell.
But that's because we're lighting it properly.
Yeah, everything's lighting, dude. It's always lighting.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I said dynamic range. It's not if you can't control the environment, then
okay. All right. I'll let you have it.
No,
I'm not going to say.
I'm not trying to win it. I'm just saying it's a hot take. That's how I feel.
Me and Luke
the Osmo Pocket 3 is amazing. So
okay, fair enough.
So yeah,
how much are they now? $800.
Dude, I got mine for $450 on Facebook Marketplace. It was used.
Yo,
no scratches on it.
Like you might need a cop. I'm going on a trip to Zion, and I want to make like a little video of it with my wife.
Bro, do it.
And I think I might have to cop. I was gonna get the iPhone 16 Pro or 15 Pro, so I could get Apple Log.
Don't. Bro, don't.
Why?
I'm telling you, I have Apple Log. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Like the file sizes are enormous.
Right,
like,
but I have like
on your phone. But on your phone though, if
I have like
if you on a trip,
terabyte SSDs.
Oh, okay. Well, if the whole, it's like it gets to the point where it's like, okay, if I'm filming on my phone, I'm filming on my phone for convenience.
Yeah.
Right.
So
versus if I want Apple Log, like if I want Apple Log, then I might as well just have a dedicated camera. If I'm gonna spend that much time on the project, I want it to look that good. Might as well just get a dedicated camera for it than trying to make it work with your iPhone.
It's a camping trip, so that's the reasoning.
Yeah,
it's like I gotta fit that and hike with it.
Dude, I feel like
guy, it's smaller than my phone is, bro.
How is D-Log? Is it okay?
I don't really use D-Log. I don't need it. Again, the reason I said Insta360, and the reason I said Insta360 is because I have the Insta360 X3, which is the 360 camera, and the low light is bad.
The X5 is insane.
The X4 is a step up. X5 is insane.
It's not even a competition.
Yeah. Bro, I was so mad. I got the X3 right before.
That's what happened.
He
got the X4 and
then
Peter
McKinnon, bro. I'm telling you, Peter McKinnon made me buy the X4. The day after his video, they dropped the X5. I was so mad.
Dude, it is so bad. It makes me so mad. And then it's like,
did you sell it? You need to sell it.
Well, I need to sell it, but I just haven't yet because I got this guy. And
I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna get $40 for that thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They keep coming out with so many cameras that just devalue. It's the whole. That's the issue with Sony. Is they come out with so many cameras, you can't resell them.
Down, like,
you're fried.
I'm so done.
What?
I spent so much money on these lenses, and they dropped the price
like 50%.
Yeah, 50%.
Oh my! Well, it's a Suri, right?
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, that was bad.
And
I'm gonna be honest, that was bad. You shouldn't have done that.
No, they're great lenses.
Well, I'm sure they're great lenses, but you shouldn't like Suri. Like I remember when they first came out with like the Night Stalker or like Night Walker or whatever.
Yeah. Night Stalker.
And it was literally like a kit or like a set of like 5 lenses for like $800, and I was like,
right.
Oh, it was like 3 years
those
ago.
Are
I was like,
sensor,
oh my gosh. Yeah. But at that point, I was like 4 years ago, I was shooting on like R7.
Oh, true.
So it's crop sensor anyway, and I was like, 8 lenses, low T-stop. Like, what are we doing here? And ever since then, I'm like, bro, I'm never getting.
I can't lie. The lenses are incredible.
They look great. They do
so
look good. It's just the value of them is like whenever you buy a lens, like it's an investment.
You definitely have to upkeep them more than you have to upkeep any other glass.
This is the worst quality build I've ever had in my life.
Oh, really?
It has fungus inside of it.
Yeah, already.
What do you? Well, okay. Well, do you like travel?
I have a dehumidifier. I have a dehumidifier in there in my office.
And still.
It's bad, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's tragic.
They're literally probably worth $100 now.
That's
like I bought them for I think $8.99 a piece, and now they're $4.99 a piece.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was livid.
Crazy.
It was probably I think I went through depression because of it. Like you can ask my wife. Like I was, and you can ask our group chat, bro. Like I was like,
that sucks.
It was terrible. Okay, what you got?
Okay,
what you got
let's see
for
what
us?
else we got. But
that's the tricky part about the phone, bro. That's why we always be ripping the notebook now. The phone
it turns off. Okay, let's see.
You got a lot here.
I mean, you said
we might need to buy these
couple
from
stuff.
We definitely got to rip the 2 episode.
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Do that.
So, I don't know if y'all have too much of an opinion on this, but on the high end for production stuff, retainers are the worst form of client agreement. Do y'all have a take on that? Yes or no?
On the high end,
I can see that.
Yes.
So we're talking like $20,000 budget.
More.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
so that is what
like
I would
if you
say
have a
is
relationship
like
with a client and you're tying them down with a retainer, you're losing money. Straight up.
I agree. When it comes to like the highest end sports photography, which is like $20,000 a day, for like a campaign of like 25 photos, maybe even a little more
if you're
than
working
that.
for a brand, okay,
Yeah. So like that, yeah, you should never do a retainer.
Well, I was mainly thinking of like, again, it's like the creative back and forth. Like my first thought would be, okay, video, because every time you hear somebody talk about like video production stuff, like, oh,
retainer,
I'm getting a retainer client, It's like,
I think
that's the worst.
That comes from fear. That's literally entirely just based off them not knowing.
But I feel like you want retainers when you're starting just for the consistency of it.
Exactly.
This is true.
And then you work
and
your
it's
way
like
off
the
it.
simple, like the peace of mind that you get. Oh, I can easily do the math. If I have a $5,000 retainer client and a $4,000, I can make $9,000.
Yeah.
It's like, but at the high end, that's what I was just saying. It's the worst. I don't know if y'all would disagree with that, but
I don't know. I mean, I think
it depends on like on your retainer, like how many hours are you like giving them? Like I feel like at the end of the day, it always comes down to time. So
people text me about their retainers every single time. I've never had someone text me and it be a good deal. So, like they'll send me like who they have asking them to do a retainer, like build out like the specs and like the hours they're asking for.
If your retainer comes out to your hourly rate, I don't see a problem with it.
yeah. Also, like,
but your hourly rate is
you probably shouldn't be doing it by hourly.
no, yeah.
Like anything.
Well,
Like if you're trying to go full time for something, like you should not be doing anything hourly.
I don't know. I'm like more like breaking down like. I mean, I get what you're saying, like based on the project, but like if you're going for a base level retainer, like just judging like how much work is it versus the equipment you need for it. Like any shoot that I do, I book out like factor in the gear that I'm going to use for it, the amount of time it's going to take, how hard it is.
Yeah.
And then like, and not so the hourly rate's not necessarily the same for every project. There's still what's the word? Like an hourly rate that you could narrow it down to.
Well, yeah. And to like be super annoying, it's like you shouldn't do it based on hourly rate. You should do it on day rate, which is a good way of doing it. But then you just give a day rate based on the role that you're performing. Like if I'm cam mopping for another guy, it's not my production, but it's somebody else's. Then I give him a day rate for my
900.
Well, I give him a cam op rate, right?
Yeah.
So then if you're cam mopping, DPing, producing, like you're doing all these roles,
that's
then
like
you give them day rates for each one of those
$1 billion
roles you're doing.
a day. Yeah.
Well, it's just one of those things that you give the day rate instead of hourly stuff. Because then as soon as you give a client an hourly thing, they're gonna be like, you really worth $500 an hour, like really? And then
also
they're
like
you, because then they can easily do the math of like, okay, I don't make $500 an hour, like
they're also like do it faster.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah, and that also comes to play. Like, okay, you're gonna take $250 an hour for editing. Like, how is it gonna take you 20 hours? That's crazy. I could do this on my eye. Like, it's just
that is fair.
So that's why I never quote hourly.
I always just give. I'm like, what's the minimum price I would do this for? And I think that through, and then I incorporate like gear costs and everything. And I'm like, okay, great. What number am I actually comfortable with? Because I'm like super good with like finance, like at a base of like just intuitive level. And so I can always just come up with a number. Then I'm like, okay, this.
You're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like that's a great question. It's like when you're starting off, what should you charge? And it totally depends on what you're doing, first of all.
Right.
But I remember when I first started, it was like, I did the math on what 6 figures was for a year.
Right.
And I realized that you only have to make something around like $350 a day.
It's $297.
And it's, something like that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, bet. Like, I'm just going to charge, like, if I had a senior photo shoot or whatever, like when I first got my camera, I was like, oh, I'll just do it for $300 and then I'll try and get a shoot every day and then I'll make 6 figures, like easy.
Yeah, no.
Dumb. So
I think that's what every single person watching this podcast
I do think though, like if you're just starting out, $300 is a fair price.
That's more than that's too expensive for just starting out on senior photos.
Not in today's market, bro. Like it's so inflated,
bro.
Like,
you should never pick up your camera for less than $200.
I agree with that.
Never. Well, it's $300. It's not that much more.
I mean, for a beginner, that's a big difference. Like, think about so a family is paying for that. Like, that's
bro. They'll go right down the street to they'll go on the next Instagram page, and lady that's doing it for 5 years has 200 posts on grad photo stuff. They'll pay $850 for one session. Like,
that's fair. But I think
it's all just like targeting.
They're paying for the experience.
Yeah, they're paying for what she's got up here.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Sure.
But like a beginner, like. I think $300-$400 is totally fair.
Yeah, $300-$400. Yeah.
I mean, I've done senior shoots for $400.
Yeah, for sure. Like beginner, we said 200.
Yeah.
Like
I said 3.
I said you shouldn't pick up your camera for less than 200. 300, 400 for a senior shoot. Like sure.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I think that's great. I think you eat those all day. Like even if you don't want to do them.
Yeah. I mean, it gets to the point where you're just doing like too much client stuff that you don't have time for.
Right. But then that's the first thing you weed out. And it's like, great.
Yeah.
Easy.
Then you hire someone else and pay them right under what it was going to be and keep a finder's fee.
Oh, bro, that's so... dude, hiring people onto the team is so hard. Like, so hard.
I mean, finding seconds, like, what's been great for me is now my wife is always my second, so I don't have to hire anyone else. So it's been fantastic.
Well, seconds is different. Like, if you're hiring a freelancer to come in for a day and do something, easy. Very easy. If you're bringing somebody onto the team and you're sending them out, like, to be the only person that's going to talk to your client.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, so many issues.
Yeah, Yeah, I would never let someone else talk to my client.
Bro.
I don't think, like, even with Luke, like, me and Luke kind of split things up. Like, like if someone comes to me, I'm not sending them to Luke, and like vice versa.
Yeah.
Just because like we manage clients so differently, and like if someone's coming to me or someone's coming to Luke, they're looking for a very different experience.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like
that's why that's probably why it's so hard is because like the client wants you because how you communicate with them.
Right.
And so when somebody else is different, it's immediately like you're dropping like a large portion of value that you add for that client.
Right. Like I think I remember the first time that I watched like a very experienced wedding photographer, like how they work with a client, and I was like crapping my pants.
There's
I was
levels
like,
to this.
I was like, dang, I've screwed up so bad in the past. Like it's bad. And then from then on, I was like dialed, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is the best thing ever, because that imposter syndrome like goes away. Because
you're like, oh, I've seen how this is done.
And you're
like,
about anything. And also, when you're faking being professional, you're being professional, which is like, that's kind of a hot take. But like over the phone, online, when you're faking, like if you don't really know how to like do the professional side of like bookkeeping, like at a certain point, if you have, because bookkeeping and everything like contract work, like all that stuff is extremely simple if you apply yourself.
Of course.
And so if you're like faking it till you make it, you'll get there so much so much quicker.
I think that like the sending out a contract, an agreement, an invoice, whatever, like that part easy to fake, be professional. But like it gets to the point where it depends who you're talking to.
Right.
Like acting professional,
true,
they'll sniff it out like that. Like they could tell, oh, you're full of it. Like,
oh, I mean, like on text, on email.
I don't know though. You would be
that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would be shocked at how many times like I've been like engaging with professionals and then just been like, and they were like making money off of their business, and like look at them and like you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
But they still are making tons of money, and you're just like, wow, like you have literally faked it until you make it, and you're still faking it.
Yeah.
Like,
I think most people don't actually. I think the whole, because every time I meet someone who's hiring me, I'm like, oh, you're full of crap. Like when we're talking over email.
You feel imposter syndrome for them.
No, like when we're talking over email, it's like, oh, this is like a 40-year-old woman.
No, like,
and then you meet them in person and you're like, oh, you're literally 21 years old.
Well, do you remember when we shot podcast a while ago? Not like our podcast. We were shooting for another podcast.
Yes.
And the guy that was running that. And it was just like, how do you make money doing this?
What are you
like
doing?
It was unbelievable.
Well, so some of the stuff that I'm just gonna say the words. Some of the stuff I've edited for in the past. We'll just leave it at that. I'm like, okay, if you knew what I was thinking of you as an editor, as a shooter, you'd quit. Because like when it comes to
bro, tell him
I have a manager who like is managing the clients, so it's like it comes in like the manager is a company, and then the person works for the company and the podcast.
So it's like an agency almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like I'm working like for an agency, like editing for an agency.
Okay.
And so it's like they're talking to the client directly.
Okay.
And so they have to be so careful of like what they say, and so I'll just send him an email and I'm like, hey, dude, like, it's been 9 weeks. Like, this person has not leveled their camera one time, and I'm cropping every single video.
Oh, God.
And, like, the lighting is so drastically different on X, Y, and Z because it's, like, a multi-camera setup. And I'm like, you do realize, like, we're losing, like, flexibility.
You're losing
so bad
the
just
frame.
by them not knowing how to, like, an intern not knowing how to level a camera on a tripod.
Gotta whip out the Osmo Pocket 3. Level us up.
Get out of here. Get out of here. All right.
Okay.
What else we got?
Yeah, I got you, dude. I got tons. I mean, if you guys have some too, feel free.
Bro, let's get in. My favorite one on there is
which one?
Is the one that's right at the top right there.
What?
That one.
Oh, yeah, easy. I can fight this all day. A new creative should
Nope,
never.
not that one.
Wait, what?
Wait, yeah.
That
one.
The FX30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's what he
gonna
was
say.
gonna say.
Oh,
A
okay,
new
okay, my
creative
bad.
should never buy the FX30.
I think
Like, I don't think
should never
anybody-
buy-
Well, okay, I could see the argument that like when you're into production, you have like if you're filming a podcast, you have a specific need. It's gonna sit on sticks the whole time.
I would
and you
lighting.
Need, with lighting, and you need like a B cam or C cam.
Yeah.
Okay, at that point, your production company, you're making a decision just based off that one single need.
That's kind of how it worked.
Past that though, like
R50,
FX30 is chopped. Like it's not good.
The R50V, that's what happened to me. Is like I was gonna buy 3 R50Vs because they shoot C-Log 3. They have like basically unlimited record time. They are crop sensor, but with the right lighting, no one knows. And then like flexibility and lens costs.
Well, I think like the reason that I gave the caveat of like new creators is specifically because like your first camera, you're gonna grow into that camera, and if
like,
you have like a
easy
hybrid
menu system,
well, not. I mean, Sony's not that bad on. Sony's not that bad on.
Sony's not a bad menu system.
Well, you as a new creative, if you've never worked with a menu system, you don't know what Canon is.
Easily
then,
the worst out of all of them.
Well, it's
no
bad for
question.
sure. I'm not defending Sony's menu system. I'm just saying, like, as a creative, you're growing into that camera, and if it's a hybrid, you're gonna shoot photo and video.
This is true.
But with the FX30, it's only
I
video
know
with no
somebody
viewfinder.
who shoots photo on an FX30.
If you were ever to
Bro.
quit creating though because of a menu system, it would be Sony.
100%. The
Dude,
amount of
is
times that
such
I've
an
had to pull
L
up,
reason to quit.
No, I'm just saying. If you were to,
I've had to pull up so many tutorials on YouTube, like in like the heat of the moment, because I
No,
couldn't
it's
find, like,
bad for sure. Like I've definitely been on sets with guys that needed like I was cam opping for, and
Yeah.
I use Canon R5
Yeah.
Mark II all day.
Yeah.
I shot Sony when I started my career,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally like there's guys that out there that don't even know the Sony menu system that
Yeah.
own Sonys, and I'll like literally have to pick up their camera for them
It's
and like
bad.
change the system.
Like,
Like
I always ask whenever I am cam opping for shoots and it's someone else's Sony,
Mhm.
because a lot of times it won't be like the they'll be renting their Sony to
Yeah.
the place.
Yeah.
And so I'll ask them, I'm like, hey, just set it up how you want me to shoot it,
Mhm.
because like that way it eliminates the hassle
that way you don't have to worry about
of
it.
there being any like, because that
Yeah.
way I show up to the shoot, there's no setup time, we just walk
Yeah.
in, and like they know how to set up their camera.
Yeah.
I've also had people be like, oh, here it's Escenitone, have fun, and I'm like, that's fine because
Yeah.
you're the editor, but like also screw you for making my footage look mid. Like
I had to like walk into a shoot like that I was like shooting with a company for on a Q3 that I'd never shot on one in my whole life.
brutal.
I watched one YouTube video though. I was fine. Like,
Yeah, but-
Sony, I'd probably have to watch like
Again,
an hour
Leica
of
is
content.
literally the experience. So like obviously their menu system is gonna be super robust and good.
I would even go as far as say like if they're not shooting Canon, I'm not cam opping for you. Like if you're not shooting a Canon, like if you're not shooting C400, C80, like I'm not cam opping for you. I don't
Oh,
care.
dude, you're never cam opping again.
Well,
Wait,
like
what
I'm
do you-
not using.
what do you
I'm
shoot
not
on?
using. I shoot R5 Mark II,
which is
Okay.
like the best camera ever.
and
like also,
I'm not filming, bro. I don't care. Don't put away your A7S III, bro. I don't care.
that is a fire camera.
It's good. It's
You'd be
one of the
so
best
mad.
on Sony, but
He got paid with an R5C the other day.
that's lit.
That's
Isn't
true,
that
yeah.
insane?
Yeah, it's R5C in my opinion is overrated. But
I could see it now.
Yeah.
Like now that the C50 and the okay, if I could afford the R5 Mark II, obviously
mhm.
R5C is overrated. But for like a lower budget range,
Yeah.
R5C is amazing. And it also has raw light, which there is a use case for.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
Dude, if you don't have the budget for an R5 Mark II, then you don't need to be filming anything raw. You can't name a low budget client that needs raw.
That's true, but I want
Exactly.
raw.
So you get a high end client
I
that'll
th-
pay you.
But
R-
it's like if you
I
want
do
to
a
use
lot
of
of
your own to deliver.
I
though,
do
to
a lot
grow
of
your
stuff
own,
for
right?
Yeah.
me.
okay, well, if you want to shoot raw, bro, you can keep buying SSDs.
I
Like,
do,
yeah.
and I do, and until
And they're
that-
getting more expensive.
Yeah,
But we're
now they are.
talking. That's why I'm saying we're talking like client work.
yeah.
Like we're talking like you're a freelancer, you're a production co.
But
you can go
90
buy a C400 just for fun if you want to.
99% of my
I just
clients
also don't need to. I would just rent one. Like I was
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
with my
you rent it.
You
like
rent
one of my friends the
anything,
other
yeah.
day. He's like, "You got your new R6 Mark III yet?" And I was like, "I think I'm just gonna rent it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't really need
it's-
it."
Michael rents the 50mm 1.2 on every shoot he goes to, because like I mean I think it's like $100 a day, and
Oh, it's super. Rental houses are great.
yeah,
It's super
it's
cheap.
insane for an R6. I think it's $30
Yeah.
for the day.
No, I used to rent the R6 Mark II
So
like
great.
all the. I used to rent like 2 of them.
Also,
for like
pe-
my B and or like C and D cam.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need anything else. I mean, the record limit on the R6 original R6 is like
30 minutes. Yeah,
it makes me want to die. But the R6 Mark II, I mean, it doesn't have that, so it's elite.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all think this is a hot take, but I think the R5 Mark II is the best hybrid ever. I'll take it a step back, not say ever, but currently.
What about the C50?
It's not a hybrid.
Yeah, it is. It does photo.
Bro,
30.3
if you're shooting photo with no
does it have a viewfinder?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
I
didn't think about that. You're kind of right on that.
You can't like people go comment if you clip this and commented people A7S3 is so much better or whatever like.
No, I think I would agree with you except
I will say like ultimate setup is FX3 A7S3. Like that is just such a killer setup.
Yeah, but they can't put that in the same camera. For whatever reason, Sony doesn't want to put a viewfinder on a FX3 level video camera.
They think that's what they did with the A7 IV and 5.
Yeah,
which is just not the case.
They didn't, bro.
They thought they cooked and they did.
Bro, I had somebody comment on one of my TikToks the other day that the FX2 is a better hybrid.
That's just a terrible take.
Dude, bro, I immediately made a video about it. I was like, this is such a terrible take. I was like, this guy's
I will say R5 II is the best, and you know why that is? Because it costs so much.
No, it doesn't, bro.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
What? How much is it?
I think it's like $4,000.
Yeah, it's like $4,000. That's like
compared to some, that's not the worst.
That's literally how much an FX3 costs.
That's true, but I know.
And you get photo and video.
Yeah.
And better colors
and better.
That's true.
And you get better glass. Like.
But I would never buy an FX3.
Okay, but there's people out there that would.
A lot of people.
That's why I'm saying there's people out there that would, and that's why I'm saying it's the best hybrid on the market currently. I can hear an argument for the Sony A1, but I don't.
No, the A1. The A1's too many megapixels. It loses it with that. The low light sucks.
That's why I would still argue for the R6 III is a close second to the Mark R5 II.
The
A7S III.
The R6 Mark.
Oh yeah, no R6.
Oh, 100%.
I would say, I would agree with that. I would say R5 II is the best hybrid. I would say R6 III is the best budget-friendly hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always am going to opt for R6 III because the low light difference is a big difference. Like, I know people are always like dual native ISO. Like, it is still a difference because there's a lot of times.
But it's honestly, though, because like we both do more photos, so we care more about the photo specs. At least I do than the video specs.
Yeah,
but dude, I totally care about the photo. Like I do.
Well, the R5 II has 45 megapixels.
Exactly, which would be better for printing, but like that would hurt me for concert photography.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so that's why it depends what you do for sure.
Yeah,
like if you're in concerts all the time, or if you're filming like night stuff, like if you're filming like events or whatever.
Literally
like,
my entire life. Yeah. I think I knew about 2 years ago. I think, like set in stone. I was like, if they just keep dropping R6s, like I think that's all I need for the rest of my life. Like I could shoot probably like features on.
Oh, dude, you could film a feature on your
DJI OSMO.
Exactly, you're filming on Osmo.
But I think I could put up a feature that rivals I know Greg Fraser did the Creator, which was shot on FX3s.
It was amazing.
Yeah. And like he's an amazing DP, like the best, dare I say. And I think like. In game, like when I'm like 80 years old and I'm like absolutely cracked at photo and video.
Yeah.
Like I
you're gonna be cracked at 80.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a while.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding. But I think like you wheel me in my wheelchair, I can make something on an R6 Mark III that rivals the Creator.
So are you still wanting to do photo and video?
Dude, I don't know. I'm figuring out my life right now.
Photo. I'm like kind of just dropping video. Like I'm done.
But you've just been angered by the media cycle right now. Like
Probably.
that is how life goes. Like,
I love photo though. I actually enjoy doing photos. Like I edited a video the other day and I was like, I don't like this.
Exactly.
I mean the biggest question is like, what do you want to do?
Photos.
But
well, not photos, but like, what do you want to do in
He's good at like drawing that out of you though, is the thing.
It's like you have to have a career path.
I mean the easy path for me is easily just weddings. Me and my wife. Like that's what we do.
It's not about easy, it's what you want.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to be an NBA photographer, that's my goal. I'm gonna work my career so that way I can get to that point.
See, there's a lot of things that we want to do, but like the money's not necessarily there.
If
I could just do concerts, it'd be great,
bro. Okay.
Concerts pay terribly.
Like as in like I've not gotten there yet.
And well, yeah. Like it's just you have to. That's why I said you work your career until you can get to that point.
Exactly.
It's like your end goal. Your end goal would be NBA.
Exactly, but it's also like when you're married,
which is what I told him. I was like, bro, when you get married, you're cooked.
He was like, bro, when you're married, you have no time. I was like, is that not like another support system for you? Like you have somebody that can help you.
Well, see, that's what's nice about us doing weddings though, is like because she gets to like kind of do that versus like, and like she can see. I'm like, hey, you want to quit your job? Great, we need more weddings.
It's also one of those things like grass always greener.
That's true.
That's true.
I agree. I would be like,
also
I'd be like, bro,
though.
like on my sets, like I'd be like, bro, if I had my wife there, like filming BTS, like I could have so much marketing content. Like
that is fun.
You have the ability to do. You have that resource to your advantage, but I don't have.
Get Morgan out there with the Osmo.
I have been thinking about that. I'm always like, I always think like when I think through, you know, the spec ad stuff we were talking about, I was like, we get Morgan out there with the SL2 out there.
Well,
like, just cooking.
You would just get her on Osmo Pocket 3 and she'd film this is how I made a spec ad for
blank but blank.
Whoever.
Yeah.
And then you make a YouTube video about it.
Or just get an X5.
I think you do need to have like a private conversation with him though, just to figure out like what you actually want to do.
Yeah, I don't know how much y'all want to air out on the pod.
Well, we can't.
And y'all don't want to cut it up too. So.
Yeah, we won't. But
he actually charges per hour. You can.
I do consulting with him.
I told him.
No, I literally we were going through the thing. Like I was basically just asking him like very straightforward logistical questions. On like it wasn't basic. Like it was like, and I say like it wasn't basic because you just have to spend time thinking about your career as if you would think about anything else.
Which
right?
I
if
don't
you care about it. You're gonna spend time thinking about it. So you should care about your creative career the same way you spend time planning anything else in your life.
For me, it's always been a money on the table thing before it's been a
what I want to do.
Well, you gotta. The thing is, like, that's what people get tripped up on is the short term.
Yeah,
it's like you have to figure out if it's
when
a
you have
10-step project,
when you have a mortgage
5
and you're
10.
gonna have a kid in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah,
it's a little. It's less.
No,
on
for
me
sure,
than
it's
it is.
way more. My thing again, and this is the thing is like. Step 10 is get to NBA photographer, right?
Is that what you want to do?
No, I'm just using an example.
Yeah, it's a great example.
It's just it's really easy to grasp. But like easy way, like you create steps 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9. Don't even 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is NBA photographer. Step 6 is I need to have a 50 whatever. Like I need 50 photos on my website that looks polished. Yeah. That would be NBA quality. Photographer quality. Step 5 is create the website, right?
Right.
Now you may not have the time in step 2, 3, 4, like those could all be get to that website, but that step 5 is a lot easier to get to than NBA. Because you think NBA like bro, I just gotta pay the bills right now, man. Like and you have to plan out those latter end, like the back end of the plan, the career plan. Right. So that way that next step is a lot more attainable than I got to go from here to NBA.
Yeah, my whole career has been just removing barriers to entry, which is why like the YouTube thing has been so successful is because it's like no barrier to entry.
Yeah, you just flick it on,
I have the equipment, like I have the like gear I need to read the scripts, like and everything and write them, and so there's no barrier to entry now. Whereas like 7 years ago, I was too embarrassed to be on camera because of the way I looked. And now it's like, okay, well, I don't really care as much about that anymore. There's no one stopping me from making this video. Like even time with my wife, those videos take no time to make. Yeah. And it's so fun. So it's like,
and if you even think about it, like you've already taken steps 1 and 2, which is buy your camera and have lighting equipment.
Right. And I don't think I've gotten to a place in my photography or videography journey, despite being 6 or 7 years in, where I even know what those next steps are, which is actually really depressing.
Yeah. And that's, again, circle back to the yang, is like, that's why I meet with other creatives. Like you might be extremely far along in your wedding photography, whatever, and I don't work in wedding photography. So you have some creative insight on that space, and maybe I want to get to be a NBA photographer. You're a successful wedding photographer. You can tell me how your website looks and how you can give me the resources. Like literally this happened to me. Like a year or 2 ago, I had a buddy that was a photographer and he does like fashion editorial magazine cover stuff. Yeah. And he sent me we had lunch and talked about it. Shout out to Dupree. He gave me the guy who software designed his website. And it was really polished, really looking nice. And I contacted that guy and now I have a quality website that's at that level.
And how much did that cost? Because I've sought out stuff like that and it's way too expensive.
It was like $800.
That's insane.
Dude,
that's so
very good deal.
That's so good.
And that's why
it's
like
that guy. I'm not even kidding. He needs that too because he was working on his website as
just bought the domains.
But right, like if I went out and looked for like website UX design or whatever, it would just give me like a ton of, so that having that creative feedback,
personal
or the lunch guy
friend, like family friend, is $5,000.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
And they're insanely good.
Well, I'm sure they do,
but
like I'm sure they do like websites for like
they do
software companies and stuff that need it really high end. Well, there's a market for everything.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised how many small businesses you can just low key fleece.
That's crazy.
Like, say that.
No, I know.
Chat clip that.
I will make this a real, because having worked with tons of small businesses throughout Dallas and seeing what some creatives are charging for stuff, it's ridiculous. Like
people don't know.
I've watched small businesses pay $3,000 for a website that someone literally used like hosting or like Taylor Brands.
Right.
Like they didn't put a single ounce of code in that. They charged them $3,000.
Well, guess who's gonna do that?
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like he literally texted me and was like,
earlier.
"What's the thing that you're using?" And I was like, "Hostinger," which Hostinger sponsor us now. So
like I have no web experience. I can build a website in Hostinger, obviously.
Hostinger is so easy. I told him I build a website for almost every single one of my clients.
Yeah. When I deliver photos, I make a web page.
Yeah,
like, it's
exactly.
Just like
and it's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Hostinger is a free. I'm just kidding. Just go
right
into an
the
ad read immediately.
Yeah. Right into the ad read. That's
okay.
Smooth transition.
What else we got? Hot takes wise.
I don't know off the top of my head. Oh, but yeah,
Good
all
thing
that
you
to
have
say.
that list.
Yeah, all that to say, the basically the moral of the story is like I wouldn't have gone with that website designer had I found him online, but because my friend and creative who had already gone it, that
Dude,
testimony was
insane. I dropped that today.
I mean, that also just goes to show you like, no matter how good your online marketing is, and no matter how good your print marketing is, like word of mouth is always king. So like
it trumps everything. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
This is a pretty simple one. If you're a video guy, you don't need a drone.
That's so true.
I agree with that.
Don't need a drone.
I will say drones are getting so good now that it's starting to turn my mind. Like the Mavic 4 Pro is just literally like
it's amazing,
insane.
No, yeah,
because dude, that like it finally is up to par with like flying, like a R6 on a drone.
Yeah.
So like that is finally getting it. But for the longest time, and by that I mean literally up until this past year, I've never shot on a drone or wanted to shoot on a drone because the image quality, you can't match cut it well enough, like in a timeline.
Yeah, my FPV can't do. Like,
dude, your FPV is so buns it almost made me lose my jaw.
It's like, I fly for recreational purposes. Like it's just you don't get any other experience going 87 miles an hour with goggles.
It's true.
Right,
like,
very true.
Unreal.
What do you do FPV on?
Just the DJI FPV.
That's the original.
I have the Avata too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would. So for those of you who don't know, the DJI original FPV is terrible.
We gotta stop talking about drones. By the way,
it's not a small drone.
Our viewership tanks.
We
every time.
don't really? Make it a real.
Okay.
I think that who knows.
Are y'all like retention graph watching, or is it just like
no? Well, yeah, I am. But
okay.
But
yeah, tell me to shut up then. Sorry.
Stop talking.
It's a huge drone. Go fly an FPV.
Well, that's why we were like, we'll bro Mog on the podcast because those episodes actually do really good.
The what?
Like, will bro be attractive on the podcast?
Oh.
Because like,
well,
I think our
hope
top
this pops off there.
Well, our top episode of all time is Tyler.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like it goes to show.
Tyler, you're kind of cute, I guess. Sounds like
Tyler's
Tyler's cute.
That's just the bottom line.
All right.
If you mog, your podcast automatically does better.
Well, yeah.
That's just
the same reason why girls on Instagram have more followers than guys do.
And creepy old dudes. So.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Anyways.
Okay. Okay. You might have a feeling on this one. Beginner photographers should not buy zoom lenses.
I mean,
at all.
I agree.
Like you shouldn't even get the kit lens. If you're only gonna save photo,
I agree with the no kit lens.
You should not use the kit lens.
Your first lens should be the 50mm, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, you can get the 24-70 afterwards.
No.
Why not?
I think you should get the 35.
Okay, yeah, but it's more expensive.
They can't afford that. They're beginner.
If whatever
$100
Canon,
versus probably
it's like
250,
300, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess as a beginner, like $300 is a killer. $300 difference is a killer.
It
but
is a
I would
big
say
difference.
As a beginner, you're gonna want. I mean, the issue is you get 50. You get the 50, the nifty 50 that everybody gets, 1, 2, and it's great, right?
It's fantastic.
And then you're like,
I did.
Okay, now I understand this focal length.
Yeah.
Is it worth it to buy a 35, or is that too close to my 50? Should I just back up?
Because then, usually you get a 50 and then you get a 70 to 200.
But why would you not get a 28?
Because that's too wide. It's barrel and
get a 16.
I kidded out somebody with a R50 or R100, R50 something, some trash crop sensor Canon camera.
Well, it's a crop.
What
so
lenses
that's
do
why
you
you need
use
it.
I got them in a 28.
Okay, but the equivalent to that is a 35.
I got I know.
35.
Yeah. But I got them into 16 or something, 28, 16, whatever. 35 and then a 75, and they are so happy.
Yeah, but the equivalent to that on a crop sensor is like 150 and 35, which is exactly what we're saying.
That's true. Because I started on a crop sensor. I was shooting like an 80.
I know, but you were just saying like don't get the 50.
No, I'm saying as a starter. No, the whole take was you shouldn't get a zoom lens. I was saying you shouldn't get a zoom lens as a starter photographer. You need to understand focal ranges.
I agree.
You need to understand how framing works.
I get that. But
also, flexibility in your
aperture,
because your first camera body is going to be so buns that 3.5 is like f3.5 is not enough low light.
Oh, of course.
It's
yeah,
terrible.
but you get your. I mean, if you want to go like best starter lens for a photographer,
50 mil.
It's not. 50 mil is a great even a debate. Like you can't argue.
It's again. You can get a plastic one for $80 on Amazon.
No, it's true. It's cheap, but
it's so good.
You may not want cheap. You may want a specific focal range. So like the thing is, like, that's why I said it's so important to like focus on your career path because like if you're gonna go into like
that's why we buy full frame lenses only, even on crop sensors.
Exactly.
It's like you wanna.
And the thing is always invest in glass because you're gonna keep the glass but change the sensor.
We tell every guy who reaches out to us, we tell them that they're gonna regret their life if they don't buy a hybrid camera. Every girl, it doesn't really matter because girls always do photo and boys always end up
there's
doing
some truth
video.
to that, but that's a bit crazy.
It's a wild statement, but
I've met some fire girls who can make great videos with a camera.
They
make some great videos.
I've met probably
there's definitely less.
I've probably met 200 guys that do video for every one girl who does photo.
Oh yeah, like the ratio is not 50-50, but
our podcast follower, we have 13% females.
Well, let's make it towards
I can almost guarantee almost all of them are just our moms and our mom's friends.
Oh, well. You just aired that out on the pod.
That's all right.
You just aired that out.
Hey, that's our quality views. A view's a view.
Yeah, a view is a view. Shout out Lainey.
All right. But yeah, I'd say I think like I was saying, the issue with a 50 is you get a 50 and then it's too close to a 35 that you don't feel like you can justify
that is true.
the 35 purchase.
I still haven't bought a 35.
So that's why you get the 50 and then you get the 85 and you just back up
85 is good too.
85 with a macro. Yeah. And then you go crazy because you're like, oh my gosh, I can take a photo of this ladybug
what lenses do you use?
And then someone asks you to take it.
Like what lenses? If you had to pick two lenses that you use the most.
That's what's the parameters? Question.
Just like on your whatever
unlimited budget.
No, like that you currently use the most.
Unlimited budget. I have the easiest answer ever.
Okay, go for it.
The RE signature zoom, 28 to 75, 2.8.
Bro, you'd get that lens and not have any idea how to rig it.
It's a 28 to 70.
Yeah, but you'd have to rig it on like all these crazy things, and then your sensor would be the issue. Okay, well, it's just for fun.
I get an LF. I get an RELF.
Yeah, okay. Unlimited budget, you just get the camera sensor too. Yeah, for me, I use the 28 to 70 all day.
Yeah. He's 28 to 70. I'm 24 to 70 because I need the IS.
Bro, no.
I need the image stabilization. It makes a massive difference.
What are you filming?
Events. Handheld. All day long.
I have no image stabilization in any of my lenses.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can tell.
I think one of my hot takes on here was IBIS is the most overrated camera setting. Or
IBIS
camera feature.
Or image stabilization in a lens? Because they're very different.
That's a good point. I would say
because I agree. Okay, I agree with that.
In a body, it's the most. Oh my gosh, it has however many stops of IBIS. Bro, I don't care. Just learn how to edit around it. Like if you're really struggling for a budget, like learn to edit around it. Yeah.
What?
Just have steady hands. Like it's honestly,
literally, bro, hit the gym.
I've started like stopping for photos, stopping it down like pretty low, and like I'm fine. Like,
bro, I was on a shoot the other day and. This guy came up and he was a Sony guy. Yeah, he came up and he was like, bro, how could you film on the 28? I thought you said maybe he's weak. Sorry.
No, I said maybe I'm weak. And you were like, yeah.
Well, that's what I see. He was like, bro, that's so heavy. Like, how do you use it? It's so heavy. I use the Sony one. It's lighter. I'm like, bro, hit the gym. Like,
just like roast him.
I was like, I didn't say that. But in my head, I was like, he was like, I use a Sony one and I only ever rent it. And it's so much lighter. It's so much better than the Canon. I was like, bro, okay, Canon's going to come out with the Mark II. Because the 2870 is like
it's the most popular lens ever.
It's also super old. They come out with a Mark II to be lighter. So
I'm like not the peak physical physique here, and I handheld my 300 millimeter on my R6. Like,
yeah,
it's fine.
Luke has to eat like the Great American Cookies double dozzies every day just to like try and gain weight. Meanwhile, I'm over
metabolism's going crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, should we rip one more hot take and then cut to the. We'll cut to the next episode and we can dive into the career path stuff. Yeah.